Good morning. We're just giving a few more moments for people to realize that I'm live and to join us in the room. When I was in corporate, by 7 o'clock, I was already in the office, had responded to multiple requests because it was the only time I could get real work done before management came in and wanted to talk me to death. Oh boy. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Luciana Turner, your Chief Compliance Officer, your Chief Strategist, coming to you from the LT&A Company, a government contracting consulting and training firm providing compliance and strategic services to our customers. I'm just going to welcome you this morning to this edition of Morning Tidbits. I hope you found them just as informative as I found them um, enjoyed bringing these segments to you each morning. So, as you come in the room, please drop your name in the comment box so that I can acknowledge your presence. And if you're catching this by the replay, just do hashtag replay so I can acknowledge that you stopped through. If you have any comments, suggestions, a topic you would like for me to cover, please drop that in the comment box or you can send me an email. The email is in the description. So this morning, we're continuing with business lessons from 2020. And we know 2020 was that year that took us all by storm. You know, everyone wants to talk about it's been however many years since there's been a global pandemic and this generation's response to it. I even saw a Facebook post talking about now they know why their 20s were roaring because leading up to that was the flu pandemic and everybody was basically shut down for 2 years. And so when 1920s hit, everybody was just out and wilding. But I digress. So, this morning's topic, we're going to talk about leadership and the role leadership plays in everything. Once again, we know that there are several businesses that are facing permanent closure. There are businesses drowning and they just can't see how they're going to make it. And what I want to talk to you about from a point perspective of shifting of mindset, not a place of judgment, is the effect of leadership. When times get hard, and it's hard now, and you see your dream and everything that you've built just basically going down the toilet, this is the time for you to step up as that leader and focus on the ultimate end goal, which is growth. It's hard. You know, we talked about yesterday, sometimes it hurts, to be in business. And we talked about developing and implementing a strategic plan before that. We talked about seeking help and then enacting a plan to implement that help. We talk about recognizing that there is a problem. You know, and sometimes we have to take off those rose-colored glasses. There's a problem, but at the end of the day, growth, any progress is a result of the leadership that you provide to yourself. I think we forget we lead ourselves. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the weeds of the day to day that we fail to feed ourselves as leaders. And if we fail to feed ourselves as leaders, then how can we lead our team? How can we lead our companies? How can we lead in our communities? Leadership first starts with you. Leadership comes from within you, and it can be hard. It can be overwhelming. I'm not saying that it isn't, but that's when we have to reach out into our individual communities and our circles. This is why, as leaders, we should not grow alone. Stop believing these people that's telling you that you go alone. No, I'm following this um, pastor, Pastor Daniels, and he has a saying: you don't go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. And your team is inclusive of the people you can turn to in your time of need that can pour into you. Oh, excuse me. So leadership begins and ends with you because you can't lead anybody until you lead yourself. And sometimes leadership for yourself means resting. Sometimes leadership for yourself means starting over. Sometimes leadership for yourself means getting into that quiet place and becoming still so that you can hear your voice to develop that plan that then you can take and enact to turn things around. But leadership begins with you. This was a totally different direction than I intended to go this morning, but that's what took over, and that's what I'm sharing with you today. So be good to yourself. It's okay. Stop the beating up. Somebody sent me something this morning was prophetic. Treat yourself like you treat the person you're in love with. And sometimes we act like we're not in love with ourselves. Fall in love with yourself again and treat yourself accordingly. And you will find the inspiration, you will find the drive and determination to continue on the path, wherever that path may take you. And I've gone over my time, so that's it for this morning installment of Morning Tidbit. I hope you found something within it that gave you a bit of inspiration, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day, and remember, be good to yourself.